with us.
Yeah, we're going to have your code and your ticker on this network, and you can't stop it from being traded.
Right.
And so there's a derivative, and then if there's liquidity bonding the prices together, so if, let's say you have Chainlink on Ethereum, and then after launch, price bounces around a while, but I bet that over time that these prices will move similarly.
Right.
I think that the Link ticker on Pulsechain is likely to move similarly to the Link ticker on Ethereum.
Right. Just because of the bridge, right? And
well, because they're bonded by the liquidity.
Right.
And then it's the same code with the same ticker. Now, do you want to pay $100 or $300 to trade it on Ethereum, or do you want to pay a penny to trade it over here? And we already know this answer because they're doing it on other networks as well.
Yeah.
People do trading on alternate networks, and then we're the one that you don't like. Your coins are already here. You don't even have to bridge over.
Right.
You've already got your free coins here. You can already access them by changing one setting in your MetaMask. It's awesome.
Dude, it sounds
well.
It sounds pretty awesome.
Well, that's the trick. That's the magic. Is you launch this whole network with all these new coins. How do you get those new coins to be valuable?
Right.
But by not letting anyone ever stop the trading, by having the same tickers, and by giving people a reason to back the value of the things they got free,
right?
By rewarding them with a yield farming token. It's like a giant vampire attack, basically. It's a giant vampire attack.
Hey everybody, and we love vampire attacks. Welcome, of course, to Pulsechain. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about BNB. We're going to talk about Ethereum, of course. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. It's going to be a lot of cool stuff here. And, of course, some of the tokens, LUSD and Giff, are doing really well on Pulsechain there. EROS did incredible with the TitanX, obviously. And, of course, a dog on Bitcoin is starting to pump. Man, you don't want to miss that. That's going to be absolutely amazing. And, of course, we could get some exchange announcements for that soon, too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into it. We got Lives Beneath. How are you today? Very, very good. We got the Hex Pulse incentive. Yeah, yesterday, man, you could pick it up for some amazing value. Volumes were insane. We'll talk about that when we get to it. We got JB in the house. Hey, good to see you, JB. It's been a little while. Welcome back to the chat. And Bobby in the house says LUSD. Absolutely. Looking pretty good there. And Brennan in the house there. Woo! ETH is alive. Alive. That's true. Wookie is fit as bro. Yeah, Wookie's been doing a lot of training on the skateboard and the pools with the old pool weights, things like that. He's crushing it. All the jams are pumping, says Brennan. All the jams are pumping. Yeah. We're going to get into that. We're also going to talk about BNB Mafia, of course. We're going to be setting up a family, a crime mafia family. We are fully supporting that project and going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun in our crypto world playing that. And there's a big, giant vault we're going to talk about. It's getting bigger every day. And we've got an update around BNB Mafia today as well. A big shout out to some of the people that have contacted me about joining the Mafia family. We're just going to have some discussions with the Godfather. That's good old Archie. He's the Godfather. And so we're going to get some details around that. We want to get some dominance over that big BNB vault. So it's gonna be fun. Wookie loves Jam Plum, of course. Yeah, I love Jam Plum too. Jam Plum's one of my favorites. It's hard to actually find a good Jam Plum here in good old New Zealand. I find maybe I have to go to some of the markets out in the country or something. We got SJ Wild in the house. SJ Wild appears and disappears, appears and disappears. How about that? Hey, good to see you, SJ Wild. Big shout out to you and everything you do for the community. It is well appreciated. All right, let's get into it without further ado. Let's get into it. We've got the stock market, of course. NASDAQ hits records. Woo! We love these pumping markets. Enjoy them while they're here. Of course, we're expecting them to be, particularly these crypto market to be around for quite a while. S&P ticks higher with NVIDIA results are eyed. So NVIDIA results are coming up in a Wednesday. That's going to help spur the market hopefully forward to the upside. We've got the Dow Jones there down 0.5%, 196 points to 39,806. Remember, the Dow Jones is kind of the industrials. Then we've got, they move into the tech companies. They keep pushing us higher. So S&P 500 up 0.1%, 5 points to 5,308. But the NASDAQ with all the tech companies up a 0.65%, 109 points to 16,000. 794 there, looking pretty good. Let's go to the chart on that. Quick look at that. Look at that all-time high. Look at that thing, man. That is some crazy stuff there on the chart. The only thing we've got really is on Wednesday, we've got obviously investors are looking for good NVIDIA earnings to pump the market even higher. And the other thing, of course, is further down the track, if the Fed starts to lower some interest rates, man, we game on. That could spark a rally to another level. Yeah, boy, bring it on. We like that. Pump. So record breaking on the old NASDAQ. Let's see what happens this week. Hopefully good results from NVIDIA and a game on. Now that moves us into crypto. Green. Who likes green ice cream? Was it lime? Is it called lime? Yeah, I think so. Lime ice cream. Look at this chart. Is it so pumpily green? It is awesome. Let's say it's called Pumpalicious. It's Pumpalicious. Looks so damn good. And of course, the BTC there, over 71,000, up 7.22%. Bitcoin dominance has fallen though, down to 52.74%. And you can see the big standout there. You got it, Ethereum there. Look at that, dancing. Up almost 19%, 3,652. What the heck happened? So we're going to talk about that. We've got everything up pretty much across the board. You can see some of the laggards, XRP, TRX, and BNB, but everything else is over 5% gains. Looking really good. Yeah, look at them across the board, looking fantastic. The meme coin's doing pretty well also, and some of the dexes like Uni there looking pretty solid, over 5% gains. But let's zoom in on a CoinGecko. We can see the total market cap at the moment for crypto is 2.73 trillion, up 8.5% with that big Ethereum pump there, looking pretty good. And what did we get to last bull market? Was it 3.1 trillion, something like that? Anyway, we got Bitcoin, yeah, looking pretty good there, even higher on this list on CoinGecko, 71,367. Ethereum there, 3,666, up a nice 25% here on CoinGecko. Looking pretty good. You can see all the leaders. Solana up 27%. What else is doing pretty well? XRP only lagging a little bit there, 6.5%. Dogecoin, the biggest meme coin in the world. And of course, Dog on Bitcoin Runes is going to chase that down. That's 23.8 trillion. Imagine Dog coming up from a couple hundred million, chasing that down to be the #1 meme coin in the world on the most valuable chain, Bitcoin. So keep a lookout for that. That's why we're covering it. Don't want you to miss out on that one. I've got a cool poll in the house at the moment as well. Out of this list, what have you picked up the most recently? So what have you picked up the most recently? You may have picked up all of them, but if you've only picked up one or two of them, let us know. Fill out that poll. We'll check it out later on. Now, let's get into it. So those are the top 10 at the moment, and we've got this Ton coin there, another network that is come into the top 10 there, and that is actually down 6.9% today. So that's kind of the leaders in the top 10. Pretty good. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin though. Bitcoin, woohoo, well over the 50-day moving average now. That's the yellow line, and we're up. Yesterday, we're just turning into a new day. 8 minutes on a brand new candle. Yesterday's candle got to a high of 71,560. Off 66,000 was the low. Went to 71. So what's that? $5,560 in that candle. Beautiful. And well above that 50-day. Now, we had a little bit of choppiness so far after the Bitcoin halving, but we are starting after 1 month. We're already starting to see a nice little rise there, up 30 days. So pretty cool. A month to go. So everything's looking pretty good. That gets us into the main story, of course, which is Ethereum. Look at that. Yoo-hoo! Man, that 50-day moving average, we're just trailing a little bit behind that. Of course, we had a low expectation of the Ethereum ETF approval up to 25%, but we're going to talk about how that's changed. And we got this big green candle. So yesterday we had a low of what's the low here on this candle? Let me just have a check there. I don't even see the low on there. It's not even showing up properly. But we're up pretty high there. Actually, I think I've got the wrong chart up, so that's not helpful. But anyway, we're pumping up there. That is the wrong chart, so never mind. We'll move on. We've got some updates around the Ethereum ETF. Exchanges are being asked to update 19B4 filings on an accelerated basis by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. 3 people familiar with the situation told CoinDesk, suggesting they may be moving to approve these applications ahead of key deadline this Thursday. So what the heck, that's how fast things can change sometimes. That doesn't mean the ETFs will be authorized, however. Would-be issuers also need their S1 applications approved before the products could begin trading. SEC could take an infinite amount of time to approve in S1 documents. One person familiar with the matter said it isn't tied to the deadline. So we've got to be careful out here with the old move. But so far, the market's front running it. One company in talks with the SEC said it feels like it might be on the right track for approval, and a turnaround from feeling some weeks ago that the SEC was dragging its feet, according to a person familiar with the matter. Bloomberg Intelligence ETF analyst Eric Balkahunas and James Deppert, and these are the two people that we've been following for some time now, just to give us the best view, the most analytical view of the ETFs. And of course, they raised their odds of approval. This is what we've been up to 25%. While they've suddenly the approval for spot Ethereum ETF has gone to 75% from 25%, and they did that on Monday. So go figure there. After hearing a chatter that the SEC could be taking more favorable stance toward the application. So there we go. Now, I know some of you out there, conspiracy theorists, it's like, oh, did they do that just so they could accumulate, the friends could accumulate cheap ETH to put in the ETFs? Well, maybe they did. Maybe they did. Maybe that's how bad it is now. It's crazy. They later corrected their statement, saying that the odds were related to the 19B4 approvals. The SEC is expected to make a decision on Van Eyck spot ETH ETF on May the 23rd, and we knew that. It's been on our deadline on our chart, if I had the right one up. The SEC has been investigating whether Ether, the chief native asset to the Ethereum blockchain, is a security, launching a formal inquiry after the network moved from a proof-of-work consensus mechanism to a proof-of-stake mechanism. If Ether is deemed to be a security by the SEC, that may be one reason for the regulator to reject the spot Ether ETF applications. One test of the agency's view on whether ETH is a security has newly emerged at the Promethean. Special purpose broker announced Monday it had soft launched its Ether custody service. The company eventually intends to launch custody and trading services on other digital assets, importantly, assets that are treated as securities in the US, not commodities. So that is the update there. And of course, the market has rallied. Zooming a bit further there on the Bloomberg analyst, Eric Balkahunas, he just posted this in the last hour. The Etherness stakes are pretty good. Nice look at all the entrants dealing with the fire drill. Here in the SEC wants revised 19B4s. Return to them by 10 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, boy. Based on a bunch of comments they just received today for likely approval as soon as Wednesday. And that's when we're expecting the video data as well. We're going to have some insane pumping in the markets. It could get pretty crazy, folks, this week. So there we go. And there's the other analyst, of course, that is responding to about, or at least referring to James Deppert, the other Bloomberg analyst. Here's a list of all the entrants in the spot Ethereum ETF race, the Etherness stakes. And of course, let's have a quick look at that. That is the list here at the moment. You can see the deadlines on the right-hand side here. Pretty cool. If you guys want to zoom in on this, I'll post this link in the chat there so you guys can check it out. And maybe just save it to your favorites if you want to have that sort of geeky list of Ethereum ETF applications that it is there. SJ Wild says, I tune in when I can, and thank you for all you do as well, sir. Hey, you most appreciated there, SJ Wild. One thing I like about SJ Wild is her bus and her traveling and the little vlogs on the bus. Pretty cool. Groovy, as I would say. Groovy, man. Groovy. All right, so that's looking pretty good. We've got obviously Van Eyck there, ARC21, Hashtag, Grayscale, Invesco there, Fidelity, iShares, Franklin Ethereum, and Bitwise Ethereum. Those are the ETFs. You can see the companies. You can see the 19B4s. And, of course, you can see the deadlines on the right here. And, of course, we're expecting these deadlines 23rd of May, which you can see at the top there for the Van Eyck. So that's going to be fun to see, watch that play out. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great week. I can feel it now. Well, the market's telling us, but it's going to be good. All right, that leads us into Bitcoin runes. Part of the video there, dog on Bitcoin pumps. Now, I don't want you guys to miss out on this, man. I mean, obviously, you got to do your own financial due diligence and not financial research and all that sort of stuff. But man, runes on a Bitcoin. Obviously, this is opening up for the first time in the first bull market on the back of Bitcoin ETFs. The opportunity for people to do meme coins and NFTs on the Bitcoin. So runes in particular, it was a protocol launched at the time of the Bitcoin halving a month ago. And of course, the runes got etched out. Etched means basically created on the Runes network there, and they're basically like tokens, like you do see with ERC20s, for example, and they're on the Bitcoin chain. But it's for the first time, first crypto season for bull market. So where are these things going to go? It only kind of makes sense that the most valuable meme coin should be on the most valuable chain, I guess. That's what a lot of people are looking at. So, your opportunity to pick these up now, still while they are down in the hundreds of millions, is a huge opportunity of a lifetime. People are often looking for that, what's that those 5 or 6 coins that do some insane rally in the bull market, and they can tell that changes their lives, and tell their friends about, good friends, friends that you can trust. But at the moment, these are ticking away nicely. So Dog Go to the Moon is absolutely rallying at the moment. There is obviously a listing, centralized exchanges talking about this now. It's only a matter of time, maybe even this week, that we get some listings on centralized exchanges in the A list. We've already had some decent ones like Gate.io listed, but some of the big ones there, Kraken, Binance, things like that on the list there. It's going to be pretty fun. So very, very cool here. We've got obviously here on Magic Eden, the #1 decentralized trading market for runes. That is ticking away. We can see that the price here at the moment is at just under 29/100th of a penny. It's a little bit lagging from the centralized exchanges. Centralized exchanges move a bit faster, and they trade all the time, right? You've got how centralized exchange markets trade. Anyway, the current market cap is 315 million on Dog, but it has rallied pretty big overnight. And of course, here we are. It's up 15-16% at the moment, but this is just getting warmed up. 4.42 sats at the moment, so just over reaching almost just under 0.3 of a penny there at 4.4 sats. So looking pretty good. Now, I'll post a link to that if you want to pick up some Dog. You can thank me later. Obviously not financial advice, but man, it just all makes sense, right? The founder, of course, Leonidas, massive in runes. One of the is the founder of Ords.io. Recently raised 2 million to expand the services on there. So you're in with big leaders. He's probably the best founder I've ever seen. Absolutely amazing what he does. So and huge following. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see that play out. That is it. Magic Eden there, runes. All right, so check that out. All right, we got Check My Pulse in the house. Hey, Check My Pulse. Hex Token family. Yes, they are looking good. And of course, LFG Superman, woohoo, he's pumped. Yeah, it's looking pretty badass, actually. Pretty badass pump there. All right, so that is runes at the moment. Obviously, there is NFT collections. They're kind of like the ordinals. And you can see the list here on the ordinals under collections. Those are kind of like the NFTs. And runes are kind of like the ERC20 tokens or PRC20 tokens. That's the collections are more like a 721, the NFT type of collections here at the moment. And that's the leaderboard list there. Looking pretty good. All right, we're going to jump past that and have a quick look at the chart for Dog. You can see the pump yesterday, big pump. Woo! And this is just getting warmed up. I think you're going to see some insane things happen to this chart. You watch it. You watch this chart. It's going to go insane. Still early, as you can see. Yeah, it's going to be a fun ride for the old Dog there. And of course, it's actually going to go to the moon in October. It's actually on a SpaceX rocket. It's actually going to be seeing digital Dog going to the moon. It's going to be pretty fun. I wonder if they're going to have a little stuffed doggy. Who knows? But there we go. Looking pretty good is the old Dog. Yeah, calling it as one of the most likely coins to do some insane X's in the bull market. So there we go. Makes sense to have the most valuable meme coin on the most valuable chain. All right, let's jump into Pulsechain. We're going to get into day 374, the results for that. Have we got any other comments here? We've got Brennan House says best founder is RH Super, says Brennan. There we go. That's a big heart there from Brennan. Kind of cool. Let's jump into day 374. We got Pulse there at quadruple 0563, up 2.76%. We got Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 0241, up 3% there. Incentive is at $2.98, up to 2.17%. And Hex on Pulsechain is just under 0.8 of a penny, up a 5.1%. Man, you could get Hex for such good prices today. It was down at 0.007, somewhere around there. We're going to talk about that. EHEX at the moment, 0.19 of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PX at 0.99 of a penny at the moment. So those are kind of the prices there, just up slightly compared to the rest of the market. Hopefully we'll see a rally out of that soon. The buy and burn for Pulsex is at a beautiful 864.4 billion on the buy and burn. Of course, the buying is the stuff that pushes the price up. but the burning gets the supply side off the market over time. So that's kind of bullish there and ticking away. We had pretty good volume too yesterday on the old Pulsechain, so I thought that was pretty neat. Incentive tokens, 32.2 million incentive tokens there from the Pulsechain V1. Let's zoom in here on the charts at the moment. This is on the weekly, kind of gone for the longer term view now, just given the way the charts are, where the prices are. We managed to bounce off yesterday. Get this, quadruple 04971. You guys know that our next key line was 5,000. We basically pierced that, but we've bullishly closed above that so far. It is on the weekly, but here we are at the moment, 5,640. That's a nice little bounce back. That's a very important area to hold. So we all hope that we hold that there. But at the moment, you can accumulate big volumes at this prices. So that's kind of where we are on the pulse chart. Now the RSI is starting to tick up there a little bit. So if it can close that way, that's very bullish as well. Moving to the daily. You can see the daily chart, the RSI is pretty low at 35. So, I mean, really good chance of probability, good chance, especially in the current climate of the chart going up and to the right. So that's probably the good news there around Pulsechain. Pulsex on the weekly, that bounced down. It got to a low of, so far on the weekly, of 2,047. So quite low, actually, and tested our previous lows here that we had. And, of course, our previous ones in November. So we actually got tested there, but we came back over, and that's the important part. So we came back up, we pierced that level. If we had continued that rate, we probably could have gone down to 1,800, which would have been our next level. So good level. We managed to bounce that. We're back at 2,400. So that's good news there. And the RSI starting to tick up there as well on the weekly. The daily was also down at 40. So that could continue to zigzag. But I think just given the climate where we are at the moment, Pulsex is looking really good. Now, the other thing about Pulsex, I think it's completely undervalued. So let's see where we go from there. Obviously, lifting volumes on the exchange would help as well. But that is where we are on Pulsex. Incentive token at the moment is $2.99. Let's look at the ratio. The ratio at the moment is 53,000 on the ratio at the moment for the on incentive. And that's just looking so good, honestly, so good, especially now that we've got these green candles everywhere. That could really start to break up to the next level, 61,000, 71,000. You can see 71 back here in July. So that's that. And PHEX here, obviously a great accumulation zone at the moment. And the weekly there down at 68/100th of a penny, so even below 7/10 of a penny, and bounce back to that. That was an easy catch for me yesterday. So nice one there on PHEX or Hex on Pulsechain. EHEX as well, really nice power move. Went as low as 1,600th of a penny, bounced back to almost 2/10 of a penny, and is at the top end of that now. And of course, a lot of room to move up to the pancakes wall there at 7/10 of a penny at the bottom there. EHEX combined, no, this is the EHEX ratio so this is the ratio to EHEX to PHEX. Haven't pulled this up for a while. We're going to, let's switch that around a bit. So we've got EHEX to HEX, and we can see that it's now a quarter at the moment. So it's actually getting stronger. EHEX is actually getting stronger versus PHEX recently. And there we are at 24. Now we can inverse that, of course. So we'll go inverse that just to make it a little bit easier. We'll have Pulsechain on the one side. So Pulsechain at the moment can get less EHEX. So 4.11 there compared to what it was getting before here. So we'll see how that goes. Definitely on the bottom end of this. Not hasn't broken it down yet, but definitely that's where we are. I'm not expecting it to go too far down, but we're at the bottom of that range. The combined price EHEX and PX still in accumulation zone at the bottom. We're at just under 1 penny. So that's it. Accumulate, and we're in a good environment for it. So very, very nice. All right, so that's day 374. Let's get into the gas prices. Almost 500,000 beats. So what's that? About 150% more than what we had in the past. 1 cent for a Pulsechain swap, 600 of a penny for a Pulsechain transfer, 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. Gwei on Ethereum. Now we had 2 Gwei, 3 Gwei. It has rocketed back up. We're at 17 Gwei. So your cheap transactions, your cheap swapping is gone for the time being. We're back up at 17, which is still relatively cheap, but it has been as high as 50, 60, I think. I haven't got ultrasound money up, but that has definitely been the play. In fact, let's pull up ultrasound money to have a look at how Ethereum gas has been playing out over the last, since we've got this Ethereum pump. So yeah, look at that. Woo! So we were all the way down here. This is on the 7-day. we're all the way down here and really low, 2 Gwei, 3 Gwei. And then look at that, Insano and the Braino. We went all the way up towards 100 Gwei, about 90 something. And we're back down again, down to 16. What an insanity that is. So there we go. That's what happens on the old pump. Yeah, so at the moment, up to $22 for a Pulse Uniswap swap there, but only one cent for a Pulsex swap. So yeah, it's back in favor. 2,300 almost times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. Pretty insane. We love that on the old Pulsechain. We'll get more activity on Pulsechain when it's expensive to be on Ethereum. Now we've got 1.56 trillion staked on Pulsechain with the validators, so no change there. The bridge at the moment, woohoo! Bridge up nicely, and of course EHEX up a little bit there. We've got 112,459,000. So that's up from what we were at 108 point something yesterday. So we're probably up about 4 million, give or take, today on the old Pulsechain. So that's good news. That is day 374. Now we had some other stats on here. I don't normally read them out, but where are those stats? I'm just trying to remember where they are here. Can I see them? No. Are they on the bottom here? Can't remember. But yeah, active wallets. So we had a million active wallets is another thing. So we had a million active wallets. So that's pretty cool for Pulsechain. You can see we're just over unique congestions there. So that's a good target. 1 million. Congrats, everybody. I think that was pretty cool. Just want to highlight that. And that was that. So we're starting day 375 on the Pulsechain. Now we're going to get into a lot of the Pulsechain markets before we get into, we're coming up to talk about EROS and, of course, BNB Mafia. So that's coming up soon. Check my pulse says RH just tweeted Kraken and Binance want to list more tokens. Vote there says check my pulse. That's cool. We might pull that up as well. When Hillary Reapers shows up, someone will be face down. Have no idea what he's saying there. We got Andrew Reynolds and there. Morning all. Hey, good to see you, Andrew. Very, very cool. Let's get into it. What was Wookie saying? Who knows? I don't know. We could work that out. Could be like a riddle or something. We got the derivatives in the house there. Let's have a look. See best performer. So we've got Base out of the Maximus team. That is up 9% there on the bounce back. We've got what else is looking good there? Very small liquidity on that, I noticed, on the base. We've got Lucky up 7.5%, Trio up 6.7%, and Hedron on Pulsechain up almost 5% there. Acosa up 4.5%. So nice to see the derivatives of Hex doing a bit better as well. Let's see what else we got. Let's going to jump over the stable coins. Stablecoins at the moment, we've got PDI at the moment, just under half a penny. And of course, if you're into the maker theory, and of course Richard Hart, one of the tactics to make Pulsechain valuable, it's kind of takes a bit of time to set up, but then PDI is looking pretty hot, as well as USDC, USD Tether as well. So definitely something to have in your portfolio because of the pegging, right? The great pegging. So yeah, maker theory in the house. Was a curve and all the rest of it, balancer, all at play. So we'll be watching out for that. Pretty cool. What else we got going there? Stablecoins, PXDC, USDL, they're both pretty stable. HexDC, pretty stable, around just under $1, all of these pegged. And Coasty at 85 cents, still discounted because of the financial arrangement not yet announced, but it's got to be pretty close. Now, that moves us from stablecoins, so we've talked about that. Let's go to influencer coins. And what's the best performer? Solid X, Randy's millionaire friend there, 8% is up. We've got more token there, up almost 5% as well from Trayvon, 24 cents. Bromance from Ben Armstrong up 4.4% and 0004600. Ben there, BV1 is up 2.5% there at 906,226. And finally, the other one, Axis Alive, up 2.4%, is at $18,000. So that's pretty much it. Hey, a bit of opportunity to get into Randy Alaski's NOB token today because it's only 0.4 of a penny. So it's probably going to due for a bit of a bounce back there, down 3.6%. So there we go. Big shout out to Randy Alaski on the old NOB token. All right, let's jump over to the all markets. We're going to come back to this, of course, but let's go to the all markets for Pulsechain and see how the markets are going. We're going to look at the best providers. So we've got 37.6 million in volume. Now, we've recently been doing, 25 to 40 million This is on the top end, of course, so that's good news for Pulsechain. The transactions are definitely higher as well. We've been doing about 250 to 400,000. We're at 434,000, so that's really good numbers. So good all around. Now on the title of the video, I've got Pulsechain USDC, LUSD climbs and Giff bounces, and you can see that here LUSD is the best performer on the list, up 64%. So nice little move there from LUSD. Let's have a look at the charts for LUSD and look at that pump. Man, got sold off a bit there. Got to have some diamond hands because it pumped all the way up to 6 zeros, 8,600. 6 zeros, 8,600, but came all the way down. This on the daily in this red candle here 2 days ago. Came all the way down to 6 zeros, 2,000. That's a massive range. So you got to have some diamond hands. And of course, it pumped all the way down here. It was down at 7 zeros, 2,000. So it had a massive, massive pump, which was pretty crazy. And how high was that? That was 3,800%. So some mad gains there, 3,800%. So what's that? The 39x. Pretty crazy stuff. Who said you can't make money on Pulsechain? Well, there we go. This is another example. And at the moment, we're back up almost near that as well, 5,500 with 6 zeros. And remember, our high was 8,600. So we're not far away from that, in terms. So yeah, let's see how we go there with the old LUSD. And of course, there's a big theory around that too, following in. So we'll keep a lookout for that with burning mechanisms and things like that, not being able to mint and stuff like that. Those are sort of the ideas. So we'll try to follow up on that. But that is LUSD. And of course, the website's there. Oh, that's not connecting. I'll keep away from that one at the moment. Twitter, maybe you won't have that warning. Let me know. 443 followers. We are trending on CoinMarketCap. So yeah, here's 8 hours ago. PLUSD only on Pulsechain. It has some legs to stand on. So I had to see the final flourish in the PLS system. So some bullish stuff, comments about that. There we go. And of course, be careful of scams out there as well. So that is LUSD, the top form at the moment. Orange Man Good is out there. That's up 43%. I think this is new, is it? From Orange Tangang, is it? How long is this? 1 month. I guess not new. It's been around for a while, but it's been pumping since the 30th of May. Look at that thing. Up and to the right is the Orange Man. What was it? Orange Man Bad, was it? What's it called? Orange Man Good, sorry. That's talking about, of course, the old Donald Trump. And of course, we do need to win the election. Otherwise, our freedom are gone and the globalists will take over the West. All right, so let's move over there. We've got Giff as well. Giff having a bit of a bounce at up 42%. And of course, look at this chart. Insanity. Look at that thing, man. This is old Giff here. Of course, this is Crypto Kool-Aid, isn't it? Crypto Kool-Aid and Kinetics and people like that. Now, that did a huge rally, 8,500%. And that did that in 13 days or 2 weeks. Came all the way down. Came down here to 3.6 cents. And of course, that rally at the top there was, how was that? 18, almost 19 cents at the top. Came all the way down to 3 cents. Is now back up at 5.9 cents. And that's about 2,600% gain still after 18 days from that first breakout there. So Giff, we are doing pretty well. Now, I think they're related to... They got coming up. Pulsar's coming up. Yeah, so that's going to be fun. We're going to try and cover that. So, yeah, lots of cool things happening in the space there. And, of course, they did IBOON, didn't they? IBOON, Gifford, IBOON, yeah. I think, and PGIF, of course, all related. I think that's all related together. And a Pulsar's the next one coming up, right? I think that's the group, the family. EROS at the moment up 25%. IBOON, which is related, I think, to the Giff family there. That is up 24%, and of course bullish for Acosa, right? You need Acosa and Pulse for IBOON. That's up 24%. Let's have a quick look at that chart. We might come back to EROS actually. Yeah, it's just ticking away there on the daily. It's 17 cents. And of course, EROS, we just jumped past that a bit quickly. But that's holding up in the zone. So it might be a nice little accumulation. Check out the website for that. Let's have a quick look while we're here. The coin for dreamers by dreamers. How about that? Find EROS and Wings. 2 tokens there. So to get a finite supply of 1 million coins. Yeah, so that might be something to check out, and check out the roadmap as well. Old EROS. That's currently at $1.95 at the moment. All right. What do we got doing pretty well? Also, UFO related to PDGC, isn't it? UFO up 17%. And of course, what's the other token? Alien UFO, and PDCC. I'm pretty sure that's all in the family. 70%. Baby Shark there, that was pretty recent. It's up 17% as well. Peach there up 12%. So some of our better performers. DWB is back up 11%. How's that looking actually now? Obviously that rallied super big, came down super lot, went back up super big. So a lot of volatility, but it's holding up there 1700 at the moment on the old DWB. I know some of you are probably holding that. So those are all our tokens over 10% today. And of course, I think the market volume is doing not too bad at the moment as well. Let's see where that is broken down. So we've got $37.6 million of market value. Looks like we've got 32 million of that on Pulsechain, so that's the majority. 9mm is doing 2.9 million, and 9-inch there is at 1.7. We'll quickly check on SparkSwap. 500,000 on SparkSwap. That's not bad for that action there on SparkSwap. So kind of cool. Most of it is SparkSwap itself, 127K. All right, let's jump over. We're going to get into the EROS breakdown. Before we do that, let's catch up in the chat. We're going to get to EROS, which means we're going to TitanX family, right? So we're going to go to the TitanX family. First time I pulled up the TitanX family here. Kind of cool. Let's see who else has jumped in here. We got Wookie the Riddler, says Brennan. Yeah. Especially around rugby league. Especially no one knows what he says. He says the Warriors win and are winning. And I'm like, what the fudge does that mean? That's confusing. The Warriors winning? Is that even possible? I don't know. You let me know. We got looking forward to seeing what tricks RH has up his sleeve. Absolutely. We know Richard's got lots of tricks up his sleeve. He said it online, and we're looking forward to the Magic Cup ride. It's going to be not just a one method. It's going to be multiple things that are being played out by the good old Richard chess player. So we're looking forward to that. New bells and whistles for Pulsechain and Pulsechain with perfect timing. Yeah. It's going to be fun. Yeah. I think the maker theory plays in well into that, as well as obviously all the stuff with Ethereum. What's up, peeps? The old sacrifice wallet's looking much better today with the ETH pump. That's for sure. Spike says, what's up, peeps? Hey, good to see you, Spike. Crypto Keto in the house as well. Yo. Good to see you too. Welcome to the chat as well. Well, let's get into, we're going to get jumping over to BNB. Now, this is from, jumping over to Ethereum. This is for EROS, right? EROS is on Pulsechain. They launched on Pulsechain. You got a bit of a heart out there from SJ Wild. Nice one there to Spike. We've got obviously EROS doing pretty well. Now, EROS launched on Pulsechain, right? So Pulsechain at the moment, let's quickly look at EROS on Pulsechain. And of course, this was a free airdrop to TitanX holders on Pulsechain because there's a lot of shared community. Let's face it, there's a lot of shared community in there. Just like in Zen and everything, there's lots of crossovers. So at the moment, EROS is doing pretty well. It was a silent launch on the old Pulsechain. If you had some liquid TitanX, you got it on Pulsechain, and it's got good tokenomics to it. It is ticking away pretty nicely. Liquidity on the small side at the moment, but this is sometimes how they start, just ticking away, and then slowly, this could be one of those sort of creeper projects, and then suddenly the liquidity boosts up and the attention boosts up and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool at the moment. He's got really good tokenomics on it. And ticking away. I'll give it a good little rocket there. So EROS are there ticking away on Pulsechain, and it is currently it's down 13% today, but it has a lot of volatility with it, as you can see in the chart. And at the moment, it's at 502,600, which is not too bad actually. So let's have a look at its launch on Ethereum. And of course, it broke some records for TitanX ecosystem. Now remember, TitanX is basically like it's like a layer 1 token. Which you can use to build for layer 2s, right? So it's built on top. It's a leverage play on Ethereum. And of course, layer 2s are a leverage play on TitanX on Ethereum. That's basically the idea there. And there's going to be a lot of crossovers between these project teams with Pulsechain, with other chains. So it's this is a big part of the future of a lot of these projects. We're seeing that more and more often that teams are going to be going multi-chain. So it's just the way it goes. Now we've got EROS here at 28 cents at the moment. So it's holding up pretty well. Now, what we're going to be looking at on this is how it compares to how the buy and burn works. It's got 100% buy and burn, and it's got a 5% trading tax. So really, the buy and burn is 102.5%. Now, are they going to use it all in the next 7 days? So there's 8-day cycles. And of course, the record-breaking stuff that these guys did is that they pulled in let's go switch over from the site there. This is the EROS site. They pulled in a $2.2 trillion TitanX, which is unbelievable amount, $700,000 at the moment. And of course, this is taken away. Now they've got the buy and burn down the bottom. They've got 2.1 trillion in here. Just to give you a sort of a benchmark, there was 31.7 trillion before EROS launched. And of course, now there's below, well, last time I checked, there was 29.6, 29.7 trillion. So a massive impact on the supply of TitanX, and TitanX has started to build up, I think, in price. Now, the other thing is, how fast will this buy and burn? At the moment, it's very modest, only 80,000 TitanX, so we're expecting very modest. But are they going to change this and ramp it up? So we'll be seeing that over the next 7 days. So there's 8-day cycles. The first day is the minting day. The next 7 days, there's no supply. And of course, the buy and burn can react to the amount of sellers and arguably just paint a green chart up to the right. Now, we haven't seen that quite yet. We've got a little bit of rise here. You can see this is on the hourly, so this is not daily chart. These are hourly charts. Got a little bit of rise happening here. Is this going to slowly staircase up? So that's what we're going to look at there. So it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. And then, of course, in 7 days' time, approximately, we'll have the next cycle, cycle number 2. There are 8 cycles. And, of course, on top of these awesome tokenomics that could play out very well is the fact that they're going to be doing a multi-chain accepted up to 16 chains. And I just found that out yesterday. 16 chains potentially for the TitanX market lending protocol. So it's going to be multiple tokens, multiple chains, and of course up to 16. Can you believe a chain? That's going to be insane. Could have really big adoption. So that's another bullish thing. So it's got pretty interesting, powerful tokenomics, and matched with a big lending market. Man, it could go through the roof. The roof is on fire. It could be pretty bad. It could be pretty awesome. Is this a comedy show? I don't know, but it feels like it sometimes. So that is EROS doing pretty well. We're going to keep watching that. It's going to be pretty interesting. Obviously, TitanX has started to rally. TitanX is up 14% on the back of Ethereum. And you can see TitanX itself is starting to move high here as well. So this is on the weekly candles for TitanX. So obviously the big down candles, everyone laughs, of course, down once, like Zen laughs there. But it's starting to push high here now. And so I guess there's less people laughing slowly. And of course, we got down here the total supply. Of course, EROS took off the market into its BOT, what they call the second layer protocols, is dramatic, 2.2 trillion. And of course, now the additional inflation through May, June, early July is very low. So the additional inflation is relatively low, circa 300 billion a day, circa. So yeah, that's pretty much it at the moment. Looking pretty good on the chart. We're also expecting, obviously, other things in TitanX from Jake Sharp, the founder, which is X28. It's going to be some sort of multi-chain a protocol as well. That's going to be pretty interesting. And of course, also Blaze coming out. And I'm hoping potentially to be interviewing Blaze sometime this week, maybe. And of course, you can find out more about that. That's going to take supply off the market. And of course, it's going to help push the price further up here. So TitanX is back on the map, looking interesting to a lot of people. And you can see that in the chart for the weekly. These are weekly candles, not just daily. Going to the daily, you can see that there at the moment. Those are the daily candles really starting to make that move up, which is the design of the way it's supposed to work. So so far, so good. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's jump away to BNB chain now. So we're jumping from ETH to BNB. And of course, you can see Mafia here. As you guys know, we're going to be supporting Mafia. So let's go to Jacob's ecosystem. You can see all the tokens at the moment for Jacob's ecosystem running. Obviously, we've got BNB on BNB pot on BNB. We've got Pulse pot on Pulsechain. Was one of the top performers on Pulsechain. Still holding up pretty well. $2.43, up 3.8% at the moment. And of course, we've got now Mafia, right? Mafia there looking pretty good. So if you want to get Mafia to play the game, you're going to need that. It's currently at 0.006,000. That's kind of where we are at the moment on the daily. And you can see the high of the day so far is almost 7,000, 0.007,000, and up 17% at the moment. Now, this has a 5% buy tax and it has a 20% sell tax. Those taxes are used to fund the vault. And everybody, all the Mafia families, all the crime people are going to be after the vault because it's going to be nice and plump and delicious. And of course, you can get lots of that. So we are going to be doing, for fun in our Discord, we're going to be doing an invite only. It's going to be, we're going to decide who's coming in. We're going to have our own crime family. And of course, we're going to be promoting that and talking about that. It's going to make be a lot of fun there. And of course, we're going to be trying to be one of the 5 families that gets to get access to the vault. And of course, the game is only just got a very quiet ramp up at the moment. We're in day, I think we just finished day 5, which I'll be doing an update online about. And of course, there's, I think, only a couple of days until the launch. We've got an update, though, from Archie, who posted that in the chat. He's our godfather in the Mafia. That we have a private group as well inside the Discord that you can't see. So we're going to be having a whole chat and stuff on their strategy and everything else. And if you get an invite to that, congratulations. But that's going to be pretty cool. Let's jump over to the update, though. So BNB Mafia update from Archie is in the Pulsechain token chat. You can get that in the Discord. Links in the video description if you want to join up. $5 per month. Pretty good value. Wiki documentation and family registration will be available in 7 days. So there we go. Wiki documentation is going to be all the rules, all the gameplay, documentation, and family registration. Of course, we're going to be registering our family crime syndicate in there. Will be available in 7 days or less. So that's ticking away pretty nicely. Anyone registering a profile with, however, there has been an issue around Rabby wallets. If you're experiencing issues, the team has had to do 30 refunds so far on Rabbies because of some issue there. I'm not sure what it is. But if using MetaMask works perfectly fine to interact with the site. So just something going on there. After site documentation and family registration is available, a concerted marketing push will begin. So there's going to be big BNB influencers, Pulsechain influencers probably covering this, and you don't want to miss out. Now, phase 2 may include TRH, may include a Pulsechain. So we question mark over that, but it has been hinted to. So could be pretty cool for that. We also got another update just hot off the press as well for BNB Mafia. We now have an updated the website to better support Rabby Wallet with profile creation. So if you have had issues on Rabby Wallet, they've looks like they've addressed that issue. We have returned 2,000 Mafia to 30 wallets, they say. And of course, you can try again. So they're sorry about that issue, but they have fixed that up with the Rabby Wallet as well. Now, I love Rabby Wallet. It's a pretty good alternative to MetaMask. You don't have a lot of the issues that you have in MetaMask sometimes. So kind of cool. Anyway, so what you can do at the moment, obviously, is a 5% buy tax, a 20% sell tax. I'll post the link to BNB Mafia in the chat there. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a blast. And, of course, getting access to some of that BNB Vault could be pretty badass. So there we are, bnbmafia.io. Get yourself a profile today. Very cheap to do so. Only 2,000 BNB, which is like $1.50 or something. So get your profile where you can. Now, obviously, you can buy it on Dex Screener there. And the contract here is on the bottom of the page. So the bottom of the page, is it bottom page somewhere? Somewhere here. It was on the bottom of the page. Oh, there it is there. That's the contracts at the top of the page, not the bottom. So that's the contract there, ends in 1598. And, of course, you can see the chart here live. Let's go to the 4 hourly. Let's go to the hourly. Let's go to the hourly here. Actually, we've been live for a while, so let's go to the daily. That's the daily. So daily at the moment, you're getting pretty good entry price as well before the big marketing starts ramping up. That's what I said. You got to get in here early. We're covering it early, so you got to get in early as well. So that is pretty much on BNB Mafia. Hit me up or hit Archie up, somebody in the Discord, if you want to chat about getting into the crime family. It is going to be exclusive. Because, obviously we don't want to get shot in the back. We don't want to get shot in the back by a member we don't know that well. So get in there, folks, and, do your best. Do your best there. Now, obviously, you can get into the official Telegram for Mafia. There'll be lots of players in there, but it's a Wild West in there, right? You don't know. But at least in our Discord, we know a lot of the people, right? Know a lot of people there. Now, obviously, at the moment, $23,400 of value in the BNB vault. It's climbing all the time. And of course, by the time the game actually launches, which could be as soon as two days away, we'll see. But we'll keep you abreast of when the game actually launches. It's going to be a lot of fun there. And of course, we want to control that vault. It's got $23,500 in it. And of course, we get to share it around. Well, Archie does. Archie's going to be our godfather of our crime family. So there we go. Yeah, pretty cool. All you have to do to make an account is you connect your wallet and put your name in, and you'll get an avatar. Your avatar will be one of 1,200 avatars. So there's tons left. There's tons of them left. And, of course, you can see some of the avatars here at the moment. There's cool female ones, cool guy ones, and they all look pretty badass. Pretty neat there. So kind of cool. Now, the other thing, of course, is there are cars. There's going to be lots of things in the game. There's going to be bullet factories, cars, I guess, clubs, and all sorts of stuff. It is going to be a lot of fun. And we're excited to, be a big part of it. So looking forward to it. So that is a BNB Mafia. Brennan says, the syndicate is waiting for you, says Brennan. Nice one there, Brennan. You're kind of a scary guy. Just don't shoot me in the back. Do not shoot me in the back, Brennan. I know you, man. He's had a grudge on me for this time. See, even within crime families, there's always grudges, right? Often grudge. All right, no, I'm just kidding. All right, so we got Craig Pittenhouse there. Morning, all. Hey, Craig, good to see you. We got Valiant. Hey, Valiant. Hi, all. Has anyone else tried selling or trading Blast on Pulsechain? I have tried to trade it on PulseX and PTS with no luck. Oh, I don't know. Maybe get into our Discord under Pulsechain help. See when anyone can help you there. We got Big Kahuna in the house as well. Hey, Big Kahuna, hope you're doing well. Always a pleasure to see Big K in the house. So that is it on the charts there. Good entry for the old BNB Mafia at the moment, but it could be short-lived. And you can't say you didn't know. All right, so we're going to get the Hex daily stats. We're up to 50 minutes on the hour. So let's get into that. Hex, obviously hex.com. Check it out. Links in the video description. But we got the results for day 1631 on the Ethereum, 20th of May. And we've got a price of no change, it says here, 20.5. I don't know where it gets that snapshot, but there we go. We got the payout, Petitia 7.2. Yeah, boy. So looking really strong as the payouts. Amazing results there. And, of course, the share rate, no change, 34,270. Let's look at the T-shares. T-shares down 4,168 to 9,185,000 on the old Ethereum chain. What else is in the reward pool? Pretty decent penalties. Look at all these penalties. You guys are just getting too many penalties. 1.7 million and 50% that goes into the reward pool. We've got 66.2 million Hex for the payout pool to the T-share miners. And the liquid holders up 12, miners down 6, sitting at 117,799 miners on the ETH chain. Now you guys, have we got them out? We got Pulsechain out on time. How about that? What's that day? What did I just say we covered? Day 374. I think that was it. Yeah, 374. We got yesterday's number out as well, so 73. So 20th of May, we got the price there just under 8/10 of a penny, up 4.6%. The payout per T-share 7.185 on Pulsechain and 7.013 the day before. So that's kind of great results there. The share rate slowly climbing here. Looks like it's actually updating properly. So do take into account sometimes Hex daily stats may not be updating something not quite right. What on earth is going on? What on earth? Look at this. T-shares here. We were down 31,000 T-shares back 5 days ago. And now, today, we're down 128,000. I think that might be something related. Maybe it's related to OA or something like that, or Hex Gold. Well, I guess Crispy Man's probably covered it. But we're down 128,000 there on the T-shares. We're at 9,303,000 T-shares there. Listen on the chat if you've seen any commentary on that. I just looked at it now. So there we go. That is a big deal. 9.3 million. Wow, it's almost down as far as Ethereum, the T-shares. What did I say the T-shares were on Ethereum? We're sitting at 9.19185, and here we are at 9.3. So that's closed the gap big time. It's like down to 100,000, just over 100,000. So yeah, dramatic things happening on the old Pulse chain for Hex generally. Penalties, 3 million in penalties. Another great day, but not as good as the other day. What was that record setting? 584. That was just insane. I think that's pretty close. What happened with the Hex 19? That was a lot lower than that, wasn't it? I just can't remember the number, but that is 584. And we're sitting at 66.8 million Hex payout pool in the rewards. Man, it's just been so juicy over on Pulsechain for the payouts. Liquid holders up 51, miners down 13. We're sitting just below 124,000 miners, which is about, what do we say, 6,000 more than there is on the Ethereum chain. Anyway, hex.com, check it out. You can start mining Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain. And of course, ticking away there, the T-share prices are looking good. $70 on Ethereum and $271 on the old Pulsechain. Longer pays better and bigger pays better, of course. Check it out with the Hex calculator and things like that. We've got all the links in the Discord under useful links. At the very top of useful links, you can find all the links to Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex. There we go. All right. At the bottom of the useful links, you can find all the how to buy Hex and how to trade and all sorts of stuff like that on Pulsechain and Ethereum. So it's kind of cool. We've got everything on there. That's why you should join Discord today. The link's in the video section. What else? We got Brennan says, "Don't make me angry." Yeah, I knew it. I knew you had a grudge. I knew he's gonna be an excellent Mafia player in this game. Crypto and Caneta says, "If I remember correctly, plus was a tax token. Try to increase the transaction fee. There we are. That's some good advice. Thanks, Crypto Community. Check my pulse says I'm in. We can take my car. Yeah. Well, cars are going to be very important inside the BNB Mafia game. That's what we know that much. So, yeah, they're going to be very important. What the hex is going on with them T-shirts? I know that was pretty insane. Maybe we should check some of Crispy Man's charts. Yeah, we might do that. Maybe check out Crispy Man. Crispy Man does. Is he doing daily videos or is he doing every couple of days? I don't know, but yeah, he does videos on that on Hex in detail. He's probably the most detailed now. I think him and myself are the only ones that do Hex on a regular basis. Are they? Let me know in the chat if you've watched other influencers in the Pulsechain Hex community and if they actually cover like the Hex daily stats or anything like that. They may do it time to time, possibly. Maybe like a crypto coffee or somebody. I don't know. We got Tin Top in the house there. What's up, Mexicans? Good one, Tin Top. We got Valley says, thanks for that. I tried all kinds of slippage rates on Patias all the way to the max 50%. No success. Very strange. Strange indeed. Portal X. Portal X, you could try it. Maybe Portal X. See if that works. I don't know. Interesting. All right, let's end our poll. We got 18 votes. What's our poll? It's funny. I did a poll 2 days ago. I've ended it, but I forgot to talk about it. That's hilarious. All right, so our poll. Out of this list, what have you picked up most recently? LUSD or Giff on Pulsechain, Mafia on BNB chain, a dog on Bitcoin chain, EROS on ETH chain. So we got 50% picked up LUSD Giff on Pulsechain. So congratulations. Well done on it. Mafia on BNB chain, 33%. Very, very fun. That's the fun people. Dog on Bitcoin chain, 16%. Very wise move. That's all I'm going to say. EROS on ETH chain, 0. Well, you know, it's maybe something that people could keep a lookout on there because it's probably going to do some pretty special things if that plays out with the buy and burn over the next 6-7 days. So we'll keep a lookout for that. All right, 18 votes. Fantastic results there. And of course, I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Almost an hour, 57 minutes. Let's play out the cool video on the way out. As we know, Richard Hart, the man, myth, and legend. A lot of his hand is going to be played in the months and year ahead, I would say. It's going to be fun to see. Let's go to Richard Hart. Richard Hart there. He's been one of the. He's almost can predict the future, doesn't he? Richard Hart. He's predicted the downfall of so many CeFi and other DeFi, so-called DeFi people in the markets. He's been very good at that. Better than anybody else. Really, really incredible. It's all on video, of course. He has built a lot of things. Built Hex, of course, which was one of the top 5 or 6 coins last bull market. He's built Pulsechain for this bull market. And of course, it is so fast and cheap to operate. It's hardcore, proven, tested Ethereum technology. Now Pulsechain. And of course, everyone got their free airdrop copies. There's lots of fun things happening around the protocols, all the contracts that copied over the Pulsechain that Richard Hart seems to be moving along, as well as some big stuff with the sacrifice wallets and Ethereum. It's going to be a lot of fun ahead, folks. I think it's just warming up, shaking out the weak hands. We all know Richard likes to do that. And how strong can you be waiting for the magic carpet ride? So some food for thought there. All right, take care, everybody. Enjoy yourself, and bye for now. See you in Discord. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me. In theory.
It's fun to watch Hex pumping up the charts. It's left behind all kinds of broken hearts who didn't buy the dip, who didn't DCA. And now that we're on a rip, it's hard to look away. Now I'm not the one to hand out free advice, but as for me, I wouldn't dare think twice about buying a bag, since we're still somewhat down. This rocket ship's about to break the speed of sound. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. I tip my hat to everyone who minds. You're getting paid out while you're killing time. It makes room for a nice vacation to the beach, perhaps a celebration now that you are rich. Ha ha! Ignore the haters who all called you crazy. You studied hard while they were being lazy. Now you're packing bags, about to take a ride up on that rocket ship, mooned up and starry-eyed. I feel these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Now that we're summer bound and the sun is bright, I see that it's not round but rather has 6 sides. It's a work of art that's written into code, designed by Richard Hart to make our bags explode. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Yeah, we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco.